Welcome to the Bobst booth. This is a presentation of the M4 Digital Flexo press. First of all, Bobst is a newcomer in our industry. Bobst is the biggest company in the world to manufacture printing and converting machines for the packaging industry. So, Bobst is the biggest company for carton, for flexible packaging, and now starts to be entering the label market and using the former G2 technology, and now we are calling this, we are presenting the M4 Digital Flexo machine for labels and packaging. So the same machine can handle labels and the same machine can handle packaging. So let's start with the introduction. Most of you have already seen this technology. Instead of having an operator which is looking at the printing and is making manually the adjustment of the print pressure and the register, you have a digital camera that, as you can see, is reading what you are printing and automatically, fully automatically, without operator, adjusting the printing pressure and the register. It's a fully automated setup of the machine. You will never see the operator touch the machine on this machine because the whole setup of the machine is made digitally. The concept is to substitute the eyes and the fingers of an operator with digital eyes and digital fingers. Okay? So this is a standard of our production since several years. Nothing new. This is a standard for us. Still is not adopted by other manufacturers because it's quite a sophisticated technology. So you can see that the camera has gone on the other side to control if the pressure adjustment on the other side of reprinting was correct. And when you are increasing the speed, the camera continues to go right and left to adjust the printing pressure and the register. As you can see, there is no need of manual intervention or control from the operator side. Okay? So we go up to speed and everything is controlled by the camera, but this is not new, it's something which is standard in our industry. Now let's start to see some new things that you have never seen, because this has been already something that we have shown 2 years ago, and in Chicago also, and this is something that we have never shown. So this is a die. You know that if you want to make a die cutting or label, you need also to die cut. So this die is a big label, you can see is a big label with a 9 inches repeat. Okay? See? So the first operation you do is you insert fully automatically the flexible die. On any other machine, you would introduce a magnetic cylinder inside the machine and start to die cut. Here, what you do is you insert what is doing at the moment. The magnetic cylinder is looking for the position for pre-register. This is why we are waiting, because the magnetic is turning, and when it is ready, the magnetic will collect the flexible die. You can see? And now it is ready. You will see that it will go to the speed. Okay? Now we have another problem. We have to take away the waste. We have to strip the waste. Normally, you do this operation by hand. Waste stripping is always done by hand. We are not stripping at all. What happens? What do we do? Look at what is happening. We have taken away the front. Okay? And now, again, without any intervention, manual intervention of the operator, you start to die cut. Okay? Without any intervention. So everything is digitally controlled. The printing pressure, the adjustment of the waste, everything is totally automated. Okay? So you have seen that changing from job 1 to job 2, you just add the new die and you change. Let's go. Just one thing to show here. This is semi-rotary die cutting. Means that you don't need to change a magnetic cylinder. One magnetic cylinder does all the sizes. Okay? Semi-rotary die cutting. And then we can go up to speed. Now, what is the problem of semi-rotary die cutting? Normally, it is speed. With the M4, with rotary die cutting, you can reach 80 meters per minute, which is approximately 270 feet per minute. Okay? So the speed of die cutting in semi-rotary is, so if you run semi-rotary, you do not need to change the magnetic. You have only one magnetic cylinder, and you change only the flexible die. Okay? So let's see now we make a job changeover. Now imagine that I want to do a job changeover. Very simple operation. We have prepared job number 2 on the side, and you will see that job number 2 simply substitutes jobs number 1. Very simple. But this could not be possible if you did not have the camera which is working on job number 1 to recognize, and then when job number 2 arrives, makes the recognition of job number 2, set up the adjustment and start working. So it's a totally fully automated. Now, look at the waste you're going. You're having this job, which is a completely new job, but everything that you are doing here is good. So you are not wasting the web inside the machine. All this web is good, because the camera is still controlling the job when it goes to the end. So we are doing the change one at a time. Pa-pa-pam, pa-pa-pam. Okay, so you never get lost job. But look at this job. This job has, I think, 5 or 6 special pontoons, and this job has other 8 special pontoons. We have no need to change from one job to another job to change ink, to change analogs. This is because we are using 1, 2, 3, 4 Pantone colors, plus orange, plus green, plus reflex blue, and we never change the ink. So with 7 color separation, we are able to reproduce all the Pantones. Imagine the flexibility. You are able to print from job number 1 with a full solid black, and then I go to a super process, job number 2, and then I go to a job full of 10 Pantones, job number 3, and then job number 4 I can have 1 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, 1 whatever color I want. So it's a full flexibility. You are not anymore obliged to anything. It's like a digital press. Again, because the problem is that with a digital flexo press, you're going to change many times the job. So we have also decided to help the operator with some simple devices for weight handling, because it is very possible that you're going to do 2, 3, 4 job changes per hour, because it's like a digital press. So we support the operator also in web handling. Do you see that as soon as he comes in with the system, the camera goes away and then comes back? Did you see? Only on that specific print unit, the camera went away and then came back to control that you are not losing anything of the quality. So this is a 9 inches job. So before it was a 12 inches, now we go to 9 inches. Because we are semi-rotary, it doesn't matter. Okay? So we take away the die. So very simple. We are just substituting without stopping the press, the die. We substitute the die and we will put the new die. The time that you see is for the cylinder to go into the right position, make the position, and then ready to go up. So, again, this is another revolution. Because now try to think if you are printing digital. If you are printing digital, you are printing, and then you take your roll and you go die cutting. Here you do everything in line without stopping the press and self-adjustment. Okay? And now try to think when you go digital at your costs. If you go digital, every time you do a job, it is always the same cost. If you do one job in April and you do it in July, the cost is the same. The click, the ink, it's always the same. In Flexo, if you are repeating one order, the cost of your plate will be just a half. When you make the calculations, you have to consider how fast a press like this can run, how predictable is the result, how much uptime you can have. Because on a press like this, if you organize well the company, uptime can be to 90%, 95%. Depends on your ability to organize, to have the new jobs ready. Okay, again, we have changed it from one shape to another shape. So what we have to do is to take away the waste, we totally automatically, and then automatically you start die cutting. Now, again, we have done a job completely different from before. How could we obtain this? This is called the M4 Digital Flexo revolution. This fact that you don't change the inks and the analog rollers is a cooperation between the biggest players in our industry. DuPont for the plates, Flint for the inks, ESCO for the pre-press, AVT for the inspection systems and the quality control. Adair, a printer in UK who has worked with us for 2 years to develop a system which was stable. UPM Raflatac for the substrates. Bobster for the printing machine and the digital automation. Apex for the analog rollers. All these companies work together. The point is, you are afraid that you are never be able to start with 7 color separations? No, because you can see in the back all the pre-press which is needed that we have in our factory. So if your people want to get a full training on 7 color separation, in 1 week they can get the training. So when we sell the press, we sell the press and the service of teaching you how to obtain this result from one job to another without changing the inks and without changing the analogs. Now we are ready to go in full speed. So now this is the operating panel of this machine. So with this machine you don't need anymore to have a physical wires. It's a completely wireless configuration. But this machine can be also used as a video. We can use it as a video. If you have a problem on the machine, I can show the problem on the video, the camera. The machine is totally interactive with your system. So if you want to have a data collection of how the machine is working, all the stop phases, etc., is an interactive machine. So this is a digital flexo machine. It's not digital only in the printing process, but it's also digital as it puts itself in a digital workflow environment as an active part. So this was the presentation of the M4 Digital Flexo from Bobst. Thank you very much.